What's up, guys? My only complaint about the Nintendo Online. Where is the controller? I just had it. Here it is. The controller. I have a Pro controller, and I guarantee you it's the same thing on the fucking Joy-Cons. Okay, if we look right here, this is X, and here's A. Why is it jump and dash here? What the fuck is this? Why isn't it B and A? Why isn't it those two? That makes more sense. And why can't I change it to make those two the main buttons? What the hell? They're so. This is not comfortable to try to do these. This is not good. What the hell were you doing? It should be easy. This should have been easy. This is the only complaint I have too. Excuse me. Why? That complaint aside, Nintendo, I've still spent less on you for a year than PlayStation and Xbox combined. And oh, I bought the family one, and it was still cheaper than both PlayStation and Xbox at $35 compared to $60. Nintendo, you guys nailed it. When it came to price, when it came to the ability to have these games, all this shit, beautifully done. Okay, beautifully done. Um, I just don't like the fact that B is X and A is still A. I don't like that. Make B the B button. What the fuck, man? To me, that just seems like they're really pushing for the sale of the Nintendo Joy-Con NES controllers. That's what it feels like to me. Those things are ugly when you put them on the Switch. Fuck over it. Um, I was gonna buy them anyway because I just think it's really cool to have older looking controllers. But that aside, that the fact they did that just seems to me like that was the pettiest way for them to go. We need to make sure they run out and buy these controllers because they're overpriced. You can say I'm wrong on that, but those controllers are overpriced. And you get two of them, and the only way to charge them is to make your Switch look uglier than it already is. It is pretty ugly. I'm not gonna say it's not. It is. I'm sorry, it's ugly, but I don't need my Switch looking like it's got two NES controllers on it because if I pick it up with those controllers on it, it's just gonna confuse the system. I would rather keep my Joy-Cons on it. Not only that, but like I said, playing the games, it's X and A, and it's just so uncomfortable to be reaching up instead of across. So that's the only complaint I have about it. The thing works flawlessly. I've got no problems with it. Again, it's cheaper than the options for the other guys. I went with the family plan because I do have more than me on my Switch. Even though it's my Switch, I do have my girlfriend on there. I have my brother on there for when his kids are over. They can come in and play on his account, not on mine. And having the Switch Online for the family thing, that is a very, very good option. And again, it's cheaper than $60 for Microsoft on just one account. You can't have that with other people. So I'm putting that out there. Same thing goes for with the PlayStation. This is just cheaper, and what they offer is about the same. I'm not mad at it. There's not really anything that's gonna make me go whoop de woo woo woo. I don't care about cloud saves. I'm sorry if that offends you. I don't care. I already don't use the cloud on my phone. Why would I do that on my damn systems? Okay? So, that being said, let's move on to this other piece of news. Okay, well, this is actually news versus my opinion on Nintendo Online. Okay? This piece of news pisses me off. PlayStation. You guys are notorious for pissing me off. It's almost like every week there's something that comes out to try to piss me off from you. Okay? I know you saw the news. I know you saw it. Everybody's going to be talking about it tomorrow, guaranteed, if they aren't already. PlayStation is releasing a PlayStation 1 Mini, and it looks like the first iteration of PlayStation. Not ONE. It looks like the original one, the big, brick one. Comes with two controllers. It's going to have 20 games on it. Let's start at the first thing to piss me off about this. The fucking price point. It's $100. Nintendo's already come out with 2. The third one will be out sometime next year, and I guarantee you it's not going to be $100 fucking dollars. I can guarantee you that no Nintendo Mini has been over $100. PlayStation, you got some balls. Are you coming with anything worth a fucking damn $400 out of my pocket for this? No. As it stands right now, no. There's not one game that is announced at this moment that looks like this system should be something you run out and get. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, the first Final Fantasy they want to put on this is 7. Bitch, 7 is coming to the Switch next year. You can play the 7 on the PS4 right now. Square Enix basically ripped everyone's childhood from PlayStation and put it on the Switch. Okay, you decided to go with 7. At the Direct, Final Fantasy VIII was the only one not announced to be coming to the Switch. What the fuck were you thinking? Final Fantasy needs to be on PlayStation. We don't want to put 8, let's put 7. In the second wave of games they announced, it'll probably be 9. Stop. The reason Nintendo can sell and continues to sell these minis as much as they do is because the titles that are on them cannot be played anywhere else but Nintendo. I mean, it could have been on Sega at one point, but Sega's not around anymore. Those games are not being re-released on anything, so they're only on Nintendo. PlayStation, your system is already worth less than the $100 due to the first wave of games announced. You're going to have people in their feelings over whether or not they should give you a $100 bill for your PSMini, your piece of shit mini. Honestly, no. Nobody should run out and buy this. PlayStation should rip away that first wave of games, go back and get real PlayStation original, no longer available on any other console but PlayStation titles. This means Silent Hill. This means Cool Borders. This means Final Fantasy VIII. Legend of Dragoon. Those type of games. If you constantly put titles that are already available on other platforms on your mini, it is useless. Okay? Right now, as it sits, I'm not buying it. Excuse me. And I would say nobody should. Because again, you decided to go with games that are available everywhere. You're going to launch this and you're going to find out that it's not going to be the success you were hoping for to copy Nintendo. And unfortunately, it's only due to the fact that you want to put games on it that you can get anywhere. I know I keep saying that, but you need to understand that these things here, the Super Nintendo Mini, doesn't have games that are available on a PlayStation or an Xbox. These are all pretty much available only on this generation. If PlayStation comes out with this console and it has games that are available on it that are not only available this generation but on other platforms as well, who's buying it and for what reason? See what I'm saying? And we all know Nintendo's coming out with a Nintendo 64 Mini. I guarantee you they're not going to put shit on there like Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero because it was on the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Now, if PlayStation comes out with their shit and has that on there, cool, because it's not available on other generations. It was pretty much only on the 64 and PS1. If they come out with Resident Evil 2, why? It was available on the Nintendo 64 as well. They both pretty much played the same. See what I'm saying? You gotta be smart about this. You gotta go to Capcom. You gotta go to Konami and get the rights to games that made your generation what it was. The Silent Hills. The Legend of Dragoon. Cool Borders. I would say Spyro. Unfortunately, that game is now available on Xbox. I would say Crash, but that bitch is on fucking Switch, which I said was a travesty anyway. I would say Final Fantasy 7 and 9, But they're coming to the Switch. What is the fucking point? I was hoping PlayStation was smarter than this. Unfortunately, they're not. I think it will sell. It will sell, but it's not going to sell in the same velocity or in the same amount of importance as the Nintendo's, not Nintendo Switch, but the Nintendo NES Mini or the fucking regular Super Nintendo Mini. I'm so fucking pissed at this. I can't think. And I don't think it's going to have the same impact as even the Nintendo 64 Mini. Just off the simple fact, PlayStation, this generation itself with the PS4, has seen all these titles that you used to have now coming to other consoles. Your legacy is being torn apart and you're doing nothing about it. And now you want a console on the market to celebrate retro with your retro library shrinking every fucking day. Too little, too fucking late, PlayStation. Focus on the PS5. You don't need a PlayStation Mini. Nobody needs this shit. Just let it be something Nintendo does. You got into the handheld market because Nintendo was successful at it for so many years. You failed at it. Why continue to copy somebody else when you don't copy them 100%? You copy them 25% and wonder why the fuck you fail. Okay? So don't release this. Please don't release this. And if you continue to want to release this, drop the fucking price. Just drop the fucking price. It doesn't need to be $100. With the first wave of games on there, I don't see it ever reaching the value of $100 fucking dollars. I'm sorry, I just don't. Anyway, deuces.